Welcome to the Know. I'm Brian.
I'm Brian Jr.
Your mom and I are very proud of
Thanks.
you. Look at this guy. On Thursday, let's talk about the Nintendo Direct. We are super excited. Fans finally got what they've been waiting for. A bunch of new games announced, some interesting ports, some remakes, and one very long-awaited surprise.
It was like Christmas in September, especially if you're a fan of one particular franchise. Whatever that could be.
The Direct also seemed to be a response to a little bit of criticism as of late that there aren't many games to play lately on the Switch.
As TechCrunch wrote, the Nintendo Switch is a fantastic system, and while it has a lot going for it, I barely have any games to play for it anymore. It's not all that out of character for Nintendo to delay the hell out of the instant gratification its customers want, but the Switch has had a particularly stuttered content rollout since launch.
That's a complaint that others have had too. You know, huge first year, but this year, not bad stuff, but not quite, I think, on the level.
We got Smash coming in December.
Right.
While the Switch has been really popular in its first year and a half, there have been some grumblings out there this year that we haven't seen enough new games in favor of PC ports and indie games.
All right, so back to the Direct. The headline here is that Nintendo confirmed, yes, they are working on a new Animal Crossing game for the Switch. It'll release sometime next year.
It's finally coming. And that's all about they said about it. It was kind of reminiscent of their E3 from 2017, where they basically showed us a logo for Metroid Prime 4 and nothing else. Actually, that's not completely fair. We got footage, Tom Nook.
Right.
So yeah.
But that's not gameplay. They rendered that for the thing. But still, it was cool. You know what? At least we got a release year for Animal Crossing. And just the fact that it exists as a real thing under development, that's enough for now.
But still, get cracking on a proper trailer, Nintendo. I want to see Animal Crossing footage.
Right. We did get a proper trailer for another game, though, Luigi's Mansion 3, a brand new game for the Switch. In the trailer, we saw Luigi, of course, with his trusty ghost vacuum, and then, of course, some ghosts show up and scare the crap out of him.
It's also due out next year, and Nintendo says that Luigi's Mansion 3 is just a working title.
Okay. They also announced a beefed up port of New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe that'll let you play as Nabbit and Toadette. It also has the Luigi stuff in there. It's coming out January 11th next year.
They've also formally announced Yoshi's Crafted World that's coming in the spring of next year.
That title was right.
It looks great.
Yeah, it does look cool. The other big announcement is if you like old Final Fantasy games, prepare to climax all over yourself. They're getting a ton. Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, 10-2 HD Remaster, and 12, all coming next year. Sadly, though, 8's not on the list.
Where's my 8, Nintendo?
I want my Gunblade.
I need the whole list of Final Fantasy libraries.
Yeah.
Do 7 through 12 now, and then go back and do 1 through 6. I need the whole platform.
I'm stoked. I love Final Fantasy.
But also, we got to look at the remastered Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which has online multiplayer and is out next year, as well as the Pocket Edition of Final Fantasy 15, which is out now, and World of Final Fantasy Maxima, that's out November 6th. Oh, and Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, that's out this winter.
I just realized I shouldn't have said climax in front of my child, so you know what? I'll explain it when you're older. They also showed off other games that we mostly already knew about: FIFA 19, Starlink Battle for Atlas, Diablo 3 Eternal Collection, Mega Man 11, and Katamari Damacy Reroll.
Oh, people are so excited for that Katamari Damacy. The 3DS also got some love. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, which is an upgraded version of the game originally released on the Wii. It's coming next year.
Also, Mario and Luigi's Bowser Story. That includes an adventure with Bowser Jr. called Bowser Jr.'s Journey, coming to the 3DS January 11th.
And a port of the original Luigi's Mansion is also coming to the 3DS, featuring new 2-player co-op. It's coming October 12th.
Also, updates for Splatoon 2, Mario Tennis Aces, so they're keeping those nice and fresh.
Right, and there's also a new RPG under development from the Pokemon developer, Game Freak, with the working title Town. It doesn't tell us a lot, but I'm excited.
It looked cool, but the name maybe needs some
right.
more. Yeah. Of course, they also announced some new ports. City building game, City Skylines. That's out now. The mech action game, Daemon X Machina. That's out next year.
They're also getting a bunch of tabletop adaptations like Carcassonne, the Lord of the Rings living card game, and Pandemic. They also confirmed that more are on the way, including Catan and an adaptation of the Munchkin card game. I'm actually really excited for this because this opens up so many new board games to come to the Switch.
It'll be good for board games.
I'm hoping for Gloomhaven. It's like a 100-pound box, but like if you can get that into the Switch, I'm all in.
We're going to use your college money on that. Also, Civilization 6, which we'd heard before, was also mentioned. We got some gameplay video and the announcement of exclusive 4-player local multiplayer. That'll be cool. It's coming out November 16th.
Oh, and The World Ends With You Final Remix is launching October 12th.
That was great.
I loved that game.
Yeah,
I will definitely go back and replay through all of it.
I'm totally going to buy it again. So yeah, still a lot of ports and remakes, but with a sprinkling of some genuinely new stuff.
Oh yeah. Also, the great big announcement announcement.
Yes.
Isabelle's going to be a playable character in Smash. It's going to be great. The internet's freaking out about it.
Also, Japanese Switch owners are getting a cloud version of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, interestingly, on October 5th. Sadly, that is not coming to the West on the Switch, at least that we know about. They also announced some Japan-only titles, Nidhogg 2, Downwell, Tangle Deep, and Mustache.
All in all, it was a pretty packed direct, and
Yes.
it seemed aimed particularly at critics who have complained that they're out of stuff to play on the Switch. So open up your Switch, get ready.
Right, and like we said, the Switch, the first year was amazing. We got Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild. This year, though, they're kind of depending on the back half. They're depending on what Pokemon Let's Go, of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to continue to sell Switch systems. Other than that, they kind of filled those gaps with indie titles.
Yeah, I'm excited for next year.
Yeah.
But some analysts have said that's not enough, and Nintendo's stock has taken a beating this year, as some investors have been doubtful that Nintendo can meet its ambitious hardware goals for the Switch.
They are ambitious. Earlier this year, they predicted they will sell 20 million more Switches during this fiscal year, which would make for a total of nearly 40 million Switches sold by the end of March of 2019. But you do need games to do that.
So now their 2018 lineup is pretty set. We've got a bunch of this stuff announced for next year, so get those hype trains rolling.
It's kind of their roadmap now.
Right.
And it seems like with this direct, they were trying to communicate with maybe investors as well as fans, just saying, don't worry, we got more coming. So, yeah.
Oh, and a source also showed us a copy of media materials that Nintendo sent out. This also indicates that they've got another game scheduled for January of next year, codenamed Remillion 3. We're not sure what it means, but cool, give me more. I'll take it, Nintendo.
Little news tidbit for you guys. I just got that today. All right, what did you guys think of the Nintendo Direct? Were you stoked? Did you want something more? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your Nintendo news, be sure to like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the Know. All right, Dad, you want to go build Labo?
That'll be a good bonding exercise.
Let's go do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the Know. I'm Brian. Hey, thanks for keeping me company while everyone else was at RTX London and they left me alone again. So I appreciate you guys being with me. Let's run down some news on Friday before we get to the weekend and OD on video games. First up, it looks like Wolfenstein.